Students, let's solve this numerical together. Determine the centroid of the shaded area as shown in figure. Now, the area that is given to us, which is shaded, is a combination of a rectangle, a triangle, and the deduction of the circle in the middle. So, we have to take three figures, namely the rectangle, the triangle, and the circle. I have given them numbering as 1, 2 and 3. Before we go ahead, let's draw the centroids of these triangles. For that, we will divide this triangle and the rectangle. Now, the rectangle that we can see, let's draw the centroid of the rectangle, which will come at the center or at the position where the diagonals meet. Secondly, for the triangle, you will get the centroid at 1/3 of the base and 1/3 of the height from this perpendicular side. So 1/3 of the base and 1/3 of the height. We should get our CG somewhere over here. For the circle, our CG will be right at the center. Now, we have to measure all these distances from the axes that are given. So, we have here as the x-axis, while this we have as the y-axis. The distances that we measure from the y-axis will be termed as x, and from the x-axis will be termed as y. Therefore, since this is figure number 1, this distance will be x1. Similarly, this distance will be y1. We have to note that every figure that we take has to be, the coordinates have to be taken from the axis itself. So, for this figure, which is the second figure, this dimension will be x2, while the dimension right from the x-axis upward will be y2. Let's draw the third part. So for the third figure, this distance will be x3 right across, and this distance will be y3. Now what we have to do is we have to tabulate the readings that we have got along with the areas of the individual figures. So let's take the individual figures. Let's mention this as serial number. We'll mention it as 1, 2 and 3 for the three different figures. Let's put the shape over here. The first one we have is a rectangle. The length of the rectangle is completely 10. Whereas the height of the rectangle is 4. Secondly, we have a triangle, a right angle triangle. The base we have as 10 and the height we have as 4. Thirdly, we go ahead with the circle. For the circle, we have the radius as 2. Let's calculate the areas. So areas will be given in centimeter square, as each dimension given over here is in centimeters. So let's always write the x part first and then the y for the areas. So that will be 10 into 4. That comes out to be 40. The second is half. The base, that is 10. Height, that is 4. This comes out to be 20. Whereas the circle area has to be deducted, therefore we put a negative sign, and the equation, that is pi into r square, where r is 2. Since it is a complete circle, we keep it as pi r square. This value comes out to be minus 12.56. Now let's carry on with the different distances x1, x2, y1, y2 and x3, y3. So here let's put in the values of x. Here let's put in the value of y. So x bar and y bar. For the first figure, since the entire length is 10 and the position of the centroid comes in the center, therefore the distance from here to here will be 5. So we have x as 5. Since the entire length of the rectangle, height of the rectangle is 4, we will get the centroid at the center, so that will be 2. For the triangle, we have to take 1/3 of the base. So I'm just writing it over here. Base by 3, which is nothing but 10 by 3, which comes out to be 3.33. Similarly, for the y, we have to take h by 3, but h by 3 will be only this value. We have to take it from the axis, so we have to add the value 4 to it. So this will be h by 3 plus 4, which comes out to be 5.33. Let's go ahead with the circle. Now it is already mentioned to us that the circle lies at 4, 3. So we take that as 4 and 3. Ahead, what we have to do is we have to take the area column and multiply it by x bar and write it here. Similarly, area into y bar, we will write it here. This is known as the first moment of area. So ax bar and ay bar. Let's write the values. So 40 into 5, we get it as 200. 40 into 2, we get that as 80. Next, we get the values as 66.67 and 106.67. This is a negative value. Therefore, after multiplication, you will get negative values over here. So you will get a minus 50.26 and you will get a value of minus 37.7. Now these values are the values that we have received from the individual figures. Now what we have to try to do is we have to try to calculate the cumulative value of the centroid. To do that, what we are going to do is we are going to take this value and add it up. So this is summation A. Since this value is negative and the remaining two values are positive, we will add these two values and subtract this value. At the end, we get the value as 47.43. This will be in centimeter square. We will add these values, so that is summation ax bar. Again, these are positive and this is negative. So we get a summation of 216.41. This value will be in centimeter cube because it is area into the distance. Lastly, we will add these values. We get it as summation ay bar, which comes out to be 148.97. This also comes in centimeter cube. Now, to calculate the overall centroid, that is capital X bar, we take the value as summation ax bar divided by summation a. That means you simply take this value and divide it by this value and you will get the x bar, which comes out to be 4.56 centimeters. So this is centimeter cube divided by centimeter square. You get the final answer in centimeters. Also, summation y bar comes out to be summation ay bar divided by summation a, which has the final answer of 3.14 centimeter. So when we put this final answer, we can simply write it as centroid in bracket the x value first, that is 4.56 centimeters, comma 3.14 centimeters.